In this video, I want to share with you a simple 3-minute routine that you can do to help reduce some of the neck pain, tension and tightness that often develops from all of the prolonged sitting we do in front of our computer at work. And the cool thing is you can even do it while you're sitting there as well. But before we start, I want to make sure that we understand that sitting is not necessarily bad for us. We're often told that sitting is the new smoking and it's really bad for our health. And the fact is, actual active sitting is not bad. It's the fact that we sit for so long without moving that is what creates the negative effects. So the more we can get moving, the better it's going to be. And this simple 3-minute routine is really going to help you start that process. Hi there, I'm Craig from Elevate Chiropractic, and we're going to start off this simple 3-minute routine with 3 simple neck stretches. The first one is a lateral flexion or a side bending stretch. It's going to give us a nice stretch down the side of our neck. Oftentimes when we're told to do this stretch, we are told to go ear to shoulder. I like to change this up, and rather than thinking ear to shoulder, think ear to ceiling. So as we tilt over, we lift it up, we're going to get a nice stretch all the way through here. We're going to hold this for 20 seconds, okay? And then of course we're going to repeat the other side. So tilt it over, ear towards the ceiling, nice stretch. Second stretch is a Levator Scapula stretch. Now this muscle runs from the top of our shoulder blade up to the base of our skull, and we're going to want to again hold this for 20 seconds. The way I like to teach this one is we're going to put our hand on the top of our shoulder blade. We're going to look down towards the ground and then tilt towards the opposite armpit. And as we're here, we can really slide the hand down, lift that elbow up. It's just going to give us a much better stretch. The reason we do that is it just drops our shoulder blade down and improves the quality of the stretch. Again, we're going to hold that for 20 seconds. We're going to repeat the other side. So hand up, look down towards the ground, rotate to the opposite armpit, lift the shoulder up, 20 seconds, nice stretch. Our third stretch is a chin tuck. Now oftentimes we find we're in that head forward or forward head carriage position. So we're going to do the opposite of that. So this is the chin tuck. So we're going to sit up nice and tall. We're going to tuck our chin in. As we do this, we're going to try and create that double chin. And right here, we're going to get a nice stretch right at the base of the skull here. It just feels really good. So we're going to go into this position, hold it for a few seconds, and then relax. We're going to do 5 of those, okay? Our next exercise is called the over the shoulder exercise, and this is a combination of a few different movements. So we're going to sit up nice and tall. We're going to have our core on nice and tight. We're going to put our arm out in front of us. We're going to stare at our thumbnail, and we're going to rotate all the way up 45 degrees, staring at it the whole time. Come back to the middle, continuing to stare at our thumbnail. We're going to go again, as far back as we can, and come back. We're going to do 5 of those, and then we're going to repeat and do 5 on the opposite side. And when we do this exercise, it's doing a whole bunch of stuff. So it's doing some visual tracking, which is great for our eyes. As you go up, you're going to stare at it the whole way. This 45 degree, going back as far as you can, does what we call coupled motion with the neck, which is just nice movement for those joints. It just feels really nice. And also if our core's on and we're coming back as far as we can, it's giving us a nice chest stretch, which oftentimes when we're round in front of our computer, these muscles get tight, so it's stretching those. So it's kind of a simple exercise that does a whole bunch of stuff at the same time, and it feels really nice. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to do some shoulder squeezes. So shoulder squeezes, very simple, it's just designed to wake up the muscles in the mid-back. When we're rounded forward, they aren't really doing much, so we want to try and activate those. So we're going to have our arms up to 90 degrees. We're going to squeeze our shoulder blades back together, like we're trying to squeeze a pencil between them, okay? And we're going to relax, squeeze, we're going to relax, and we're going to do 10 of these. Just make sure that our shoulders stay down rather than raising up. We don't want to do any of that, so shoulders down, squeeze back, and again we're going to do 10 squeezes. And then finally we're going to finish off this routine by doing some pelvic tilts. Oftentimes when we're sitting there, our pelvis tilts back, and this just puts a lot of pressure on the discs and the muscles in our lower back. So we want to try and change that, get some movement in there. We're going to do this by doing some pelvic tilts. So what we're going to do is practice arching the back or tilting the pelvis forward, rolling it back, tilting it forward, and we're just going to do 5 to 10 of these. Okay, it's just a really great way to get some movement back into those discs, which makes it feel better, gets the movement into the muscles and soft tissue down there, and it just feels really good. It's just a really simple way of trying to counterbalance some of that prolonged sitting that we do. So there you have that simple 3-minute routine. Now the idea behind this would be to do it, say, every couple of hours, or at least 2 or 3 times a day. Now, as I said at the start, sitting is not necessarily bad for us. It's the fact that we sit for so long without moving that is what is bad. So trying to get as much movement as we can. This 3-minute routine is going to help with that, but ideally we'd be moving a little bit more regularly, at least standing up, doing a couple of stretches, going to the bathroom, getting a glass of water as often as we can during the day, at least once at least once an hour. Now, if you wanted to make this a little bit longer, you could hold those stretches for a little bit longer like I showed at the start. Usual stretches we want to hold for 30 seconds or 5 or 6 deep slow breaths, but just to get it into a nice 3-minute routine, I said 20 seconds, so you can do it longer if you want to. Also, another little bonus tip here is if you are working by window, it'd be a great idea to stare out the window while you do this as well. Oftentimes our eyes get a bit fatigued by staring at a screen all day, so looking into the distance is a great way of trying to counterbalance that as well. So I hope you have found this routine useful. Try it out. Hopefully it helps. Let me know in the comments what you found and if you liked it. And of course, if you have any questions, let me know. I'll answer those for you as well. I'm Craig from Elevate Chiropractic. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.